But sometimes the first step is the most. There's something about the. What do I do? They start going over their phone. They start calling people. They don't get out of the house. Like and there's something about procrastination. It's like it's painful.
Oh, yeah.
You know you should be doing things, but you just keep doing it. You keep itching that scab.
I procrastinate like a motherfucker. The shit. That's what's so funny, man. People looking like I'm some damn superhero that came down from the gods, from the heavens up earth. I don't want to do this shit. I'm looking at my shoes for 30 minutes sometimes thinking, man, people look up to you, guys.
What the fuck do you do after you've walked on the moon for adventure?
Yeah, right.
I guess like you're 35 and you walked on the moon. What do? And most of them became alcoholics and drug addicted.
Yeah.
And the reason is they forgot how to find that joy or that adventure and a smile. Mm-hmm. And so you have trained yourself to be pain has a certain amount of value, but fuck happiness. You have literally hypnotized yourself into missing it because you weren't feeling fulfilled. Yeah. So the idea that these people keep telling you, I would tell you is true. And I'll just give my own experience. We're not the same person, but maybe it'll be instructive. I don't know. So I don't know, maybe 10 years I found myself at a place where it's like, I love my life.
So the question is, what are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists, some of you have money, some of you have patience, some of you have kindness, some of you have love, some of you have the gift of long suffering, whatever it is, whatever your gift is. What are you going to do with what you have?
You've had a long week of work and errands and activities, and if we're being honest, you really couldn't be more excited than to be in your bed. Then, as you turn the page, a friend texts you a video. And as soon as you press that regrettable finger to the play button, your phone erupts with music. And as the beat drops and the camera pans over the crowd, you see all of your best friends at a packed house party having the time of their lives. And a massive wave of FOMO hits you. And the fear of missing out becomes even more interesting in the context of modern research. In 1938, a study known as the Harvard Grant Study, which is one of the most comprehensive studies ever done on the causes of happiness, began charting the physical and emotional health of 250 undergraduate men. And it tracked them through all developmental phases, through young adulthood, middle adulthood, and maturity. And after 75 years, the study found that across the board, keys to being happy are connection and accomplishment. And if we think about the effects of the fear of missing out, it keeps us from connecting.
We'll be successful.
So let me ask you this question. Which one is it? Are you interested or are you obsessed? All right? Do you think Michael Jordan was just interested in winning championships? You think Kobe Bryant was just interested in basketball? You think Jeff Bezos was just interested in shipping packages? You think Elon Musk is just interested in whatever the hell he's interested in today? Those individuals are obsessed. They are obsessed. In order to be the best, in order to reach that next level, you can no longer be interested. Interested is a hobby. You can be interested in many things. Oh, I'm interested in reading. I'm interested in gardening. I'm interested in cars. You can fall in and out of your interest. But your obsession stays with you all the time. You have to become obsessed. Interested people watch obsessed people change.
For me, at least, when I get like really disciplined and really, I get really consistent with my workouts. One of the things that I almost feel momentum. I feel like there's like a push behind me, like, all right, like after I get out of the gym, I have a really good workout. I'm like, yeah, now I'm doing it. I'm doing it all the time now. And I'm looking forward to the next time. And it makes that resistance much weaker, and it makes my motivation and my discipline much stronger. It's not just not good, like blowing off an exercise that you planned, is not just bad for you mentally, because then that option is now available. The option to fuck off is available. And you did it before, and you're probably going to do it again, and you'll get mediocre results, not just in that aspects of your life. Because I think that option to fuck off, when you embrace it, that is a pathway that you might choose when it comes to dealing with conflict in your personal life, dealing with business decisions, dealing with career decisions, like an uncomfortable decision that you might be faced with, where maybe you need to make a change as far as like what your path, but instead you fuck off. And that the inclination to fuck off, I think, that gathers momentum as well. The inclination to be disciplined, that comes with momentum too. Take a path, like the path of the healthy person or the path of the fuck off. Like, this is not, like, your body is like a race car that you can juice up yourself. Like, you can add the fat tires, you can add the improved suspension, you can beef up the horsepower in the engine. You could do all that yourself. Or you could just choose to have this shitty body that's always falling apart on you, because we're essentially ecosystems. You know, and we're in charge. This weird consciousness that has all this resistance and has all this inclination towards comfort and fucking off and blowing things off is what is in charge of making all these things happen that keep this ecosystem healthy.
The most important question to ask is, what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Anything worthwhile is going to require some degree of pain and struggle. So, if you're oriented toward the pain and the struggle, you're probably going to be more aligned with what you're capable of accomplishing, rather than if you just orient toward the pleasures. Because we say, find the thing which you enjoy the most, but really what you're finding is, what is the pain you're prepared to swallow the most?
Because, you know, buying something or getting pulled into Netflix, being obsessed about something that gives you no feedback is not scary. A real obsession, like trying to make an impact in the world, you're gonna get feedback. You try to make a difference in somebody's life, they're gonna tell you, that doesn't resonate with me, Brendan. You try to make a difference in a nonprofit, you try to change the world, you try to start something like this, and the views come or they don't come, there's feedback. And people are terrified. It's one of the 4 central fears we all have, is rejection. We're terrified, like, to be rejected. And think about, if you really wanna make an impact, you're going to get a lot of judgment, you're gonna get a lot of hate, and ultimately you're gonna get rejection. People are gonna say, that's not good enough. People are gonna say, who do you think you are? And people are so worried about that they stop. You know, I think trying to make an impact, there's a lot of disappointment and fear and potential for rejection. So people don't get obsessed about making a difference and making an impact, because it can hurt.
You want to have more joy and satisfaction at work, you need to engage it differently, even when it sucks. How many of you have had like 3 months of doing suck work? Anybody? Just like the last 3 months, you're like, God, this sucks. Anybody? How do you engage with it? Because what most people do, they hate it. But if you ever worked with elite army people, they have this great saying, right? They say you have to embrace the suck. And I was like, ooh, that's good, guys. You got to embrace the suck. If you avoid it or you hate it, look, anything you pour hate on grows into a monster. Anything you grow hate on. If you hate taking out the garbage, guess what taking out the garbage is to you now? A monster. It's just garbage. But you hate taking out the garbage, so now it becomes a thing to you and your spouse. The garbage became a monster between you and your spouse. Really? It's because someone applied hate onto that garbage. You apply hate to anything, it grows into a monster.
In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. So I'm in the wings, I'm about to go on stage, but the guy in front of me, he's singing like Pavarotti. He's just, and he's just going on and on and on. And I'm just shrinking, I'm getting smaller and smaller. So I come out with my little sheet music, and it was Just My Imagination by the Temptations. That's what I came up with. So I hand it to the accompanist, and she looks at it and looks at me and looks out at the director and was like, all right. I'm like, it's just my imagination once again. And then Coming away with me. And I'm not saying anything, so I'm thinking I'm getting better. So I just start getting into it. It was just my running. This, oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Washington. Thank you. So I assumed I didn't get the job. Next part of the audition is the acting part of the audition. So I'm like, hey, okay, maybe I can't sing, but I know I can act. So they pair me with this guy, and again, I didn't know about musical theater. And musical theater is big, so they can reach everyone all the way in the back of the stadium. And I'm more from a realistic, naturalistic kind of acting where you actually talk to the person next to you. So I don't know what my line was. My line was, well, hand me the cup. And his line was, well, I will hand you the cup, my dear. The cup will be there to be handed to you. Well, should I give you the cup back? Oh, yes, you should give it back to me because you know that is my cup and it should be given back to me. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition and the next audition and the next audition. Prayed. And I prayed. It didn't matter because you know what? There's an old saying. You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later you're going to get a haircut. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. Won the Tony Award. Here's the kicker. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior.
A strong enough list of why, Herbalife can furnish the how.
But how many people and usually I think people end up there because they are going on autopilot with sort of societal expectations or other people's expectations. So, or out of guilt or out of like mimetic desire. Peter Thiel has this whole thing from René Girard about how mimetic desires are picked up from other people. And some of those are automatically baked into society, like, go to law school, go to med school, go to whatever, go to business school. Or they might be from watching what your friends are doing and, the other monkeys are doing. Or it might just be, what your parents' expectations are. It might be out of guilt. Guilt is just society's voice speaking in your head, socially programmed, so you'll be a good little monkey and do things that are good for the tribe. But I think the best outcomes come when you think it through for yourself and decide for yourself. And that
It's not your fault. You got knocked on the ground. You had absolutely nothing to do with that, and I'm not blaming you for that. But if I come back a week later, you still on the ground, that's your fault. If I come back a year later, you still on the ground, that's your fault. If you get knocked down, there's nothing you can do about it. But getting back up has every single thing to do with you, and you will promise me that from this day forward, you will not be defeated.
You gotta be obsessed. I'm sorry. I mean,
I
know
selfish.
it's something that it's traits that you gotta acquire as a human being in order for you to maintain what you got.
Right.
And obsession is one of them. And we look at that, we frown upon that as human beings about stuff. But if you really truly want to be great at basketball, I'm telling you now, somebody who's done it. I don't want to speak for y'all, but I kind of understand y'all. But you have to be obsessed with wanting to get better every day.
A woman who is 10 pounds overweight is doing to herself exactly what a woman of normal weight would be doing if she got out of bed each morning and then picked up 2 5-pound buckets of sand and then carried them with her every step she took until she fell exhausted into bed again at night. And the strain on her heart, on her poor feet and legs and muscles and tissues is the same too. And 10 pounds leads to 12 and then 15, and before you know it, it's 50 if you don't do something about it.
I am cold, I am emotionless, I am zen, at peace, ready for war. So I pay no attention to how he is feeling or how he is going to feel. I simply enter the way I enter, and that is enough. They either overextend or they shrink away, but either way is not good for them.
It's going to happen like that. And who is your future self? 1 year from now, who is it? Just like everyone's out of here, go party Saturday night. They're not willing to sacrifice. I'm like the lone survivor in here. Tonight will be over with too. Tomorrow I'll be stronger for it. Another day will go by. 365 of them happen so fast. Who are you going to be in a year from now? And in a year from now, does that future person hold regret or pride?
You come all this way, have one bad day, and you're ready to back down?
No, bad days suck.
Do you love this game? I mean, love it with your whole heart. Because if you don't, let's not even bother. Let's not open that door. They're just going to slam it right in our face.
I love this game. I live this game. And there's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession is going to be talent every time.
I want to go play video games. You obviously don't want it bad enough. Because a person that you want to, I became obsessed. I became obsessed with being the baddest mother that God ever created. Am I that? I don't care. I believe it. And I was trying to tell him, once you become obsessed with something, obsessed, it's okay to be unbalanced for a while. It's okay. Don't be all this stuff people say, you got to be balanced. To be the best in the world at what you do. It's not about being a Navy SEAL, people. The best at what you do, you have to be unbalanced to find every bit of energy and strength that you have to pull it off. Then you get balanced once you become great. You have to want it. You have to want to be a stronger version of yourself. I can't give you that. That's something that you have to want. You have to have a desire and a hunger and a dog in you that wants to become a stronger human being.
The most important question to ask is, what pain do you want in your life? What are you willing to struggle for? Anything worthwhile is going to require some degree of pain and struggle. So, if you're oriented toward the pain and the struggle, you're probably going to be more aligned with what you're capable of accomplishing rather than if you just orient toward the pleasures. So good, because we say find the thing which you enjoy the most, but really what you're finding is, what is the pain you're prepared to swallow the most? What is the pain you're prepared to swallow the most?
So the human brain operates by pleasure and pain. What is pleasurable, we're attracted to, and what is painful, we naturally recoil from. And if things become too painful, we never do them. And if things become pleasurable, we get addicted to them, often with bad consequences. All right? So if the idea of discipline, of consistently doing an action, is only associated with pain, with tedium, of being by yourself in a room, doing one thing over and over and over again, you're never going to get over the mountain because it's associated with too much pain, and the brain naturally shrinks from anything that's painful. Okay? So there has to be pleasure involved. Discipline has to have an element of pleasure. Consistently doing your work has to have rewards. Reward is the key word here, right? But if you've never experienced a reward from discipline, it's going to be very difficult for you. But you have to know that after the 3 months or the 6 months of sitting in your office and writing every single day over and over and over again, as you try to write a book or a novel or whatever, it's boring as hell. But man, I'm going to reach that moment in 3 months or 4 months. There's going to be a reward, and I'm going to feel it, and I'm going to get addicted. I'm going to get hooked to that. And you get hooked to those rewards to the point where other kinds of immediate pleasures don't have the same effect on you. And you want this again and again and again in your life. The highs that come from actually reaching your goals. So you have to think in the moment of this where you're trying to discipline yourself of what will be the reward, of the visualize it and feel it. I'm going to have this skill at the end. I'm going to have this business that I've started. I'm going to have this sense of pride. I'm going to have this sense that I got.
It's when you're not willing to do something, but you have to do it. You have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course, no. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day, but you have to do it.
I came with this thing called perform without purpose. And so many people, I need to have a course in front of me. I need to have something in front of me for me to get. And that used to be me. And nowadays, for past 20-some years, I don't need purpose. And people miss out on this, man. The purpose, we're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? The purpose is you. Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do something. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't? Nothing exists. Your life fucking sucks. You're in the dungeon. Guess what? I'm still going to get it.
Subscribe to the channel.
Like, I'm 54 years old right now. Like that. I mean, it just fucking flew by.
Yeah.
And you think when you're young that you have all this time. You have no time. There's no time. I mean, one of the quotes on the wall in the gym in there is tomorrow from Rocky 3. You know, there is no tomorrow. Let's get all this shit done today.
People get up every day, they do the same thing. They tell themselves they're going to change their life one day, and they never do. They change mine.
And just think, there's no one coming to save you, except Mr. Goggins, who's going to punch you square in your face and tell you shut up and do the thing. And that is 100% what you need right there.
Subscribe to the channel.
You're driving the car may say 130 miles an hour. The factory puts a governor on it, so you only go 91. So you're sitting there when to race somebody, they have no governor. They're fine. Boom. You can't, because every time you get to 91, the car starts doing this. We put a governor on our brain, and the second we get to that governor, our bodies start doing this. Oh, this sucks. This is uncomfortable. No. Let's go this way. Let's stop. It starts giving you all these questions that we cannot answer. If you can't answer the questions your brain is asking you, you quit. If you have the answers to those questions of why the hell am I out here, and you give it a quick answer, the brain starts shutting up.
And embracing the grind.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide clubs, partying, trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying? Because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something, homie. These women ain't going nowhere. These clubs, these parties, all this shit ain't going nowhere. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gonna fly.
You put me in VR's VR. It's a fake thing. And I work in reality. I only work in reality. I don't work in fake situations. So that's why it didn't work on me. You put me in a real ocean with real sharks, you'll get your real reaction. You put me in a room when you walk in the door and you sit down in the chair and you put some shit on your fucking face, you need to study that more than that. You know what I'm saying? If you are on a high wire because you're afraid of heights, but you're sitting firmly on the fucking ground, you need to study the fact that you're doing something wrong of heights. Study, why the fuck do I know I'm on the fucking ground in a fucking chair, but I'm afraid of what's on this screen? So I don't allow anything to go beyond the truth. Talking about it makes me feel good. And that's another thing about it. When you are willing to talk about how jacked up you are, the strength, that big rock that you carry, it just starts to come off you. It just starts to come off. That's why I do it so often. I'm like, hey man, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I'm tired of being afraid. I'm tired of lying about how good I'm not.
There's some of these like centenarians and super centenarians I've seen that are like over 100 years old, and they're like riding bikes and racing, and it's like they're old. They are very old.
But they're experiencing a very good quality of life.
Yeah.
And they're experiencing a quality of life that these other people that don't exercise feel. They physically feel their own body diminishing, and they just feel it's inevitable. It is what it is.
So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. First of all, she said, somebody give me a piece of paper. Give me a piece of paper. She said, young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy. She said, you are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Now, mind you, I'm 20 years old. I'm flunked out of school. In fact, like a wise ass, I'm thinking to myself, maybe she's got something in that crystal ball about me getting back into school next fall.
Said, don't worry about next week, next year.
just focus on every 24 hours that you get, you know? And that's done a lot for me, you know, because I think so many of us are, you know, even if the entrepreneur in us is always thinking about next week. If you dealing with a personal trauma and you trying to process it, you focus on that. Everything for me is just 24 hours. So I've been, that's done a lot.
Because I think right now you are walking through a valley between two voices. One is wisdom, one is worry. One is gratitude, one is grumbling. One is blame, one is faith.
Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, while it's a chance for you to give up and for you to fall apart, but there's also opportunity to get stronger and get smarter and get faster and get tougher and get more stable and get more resilient and get better.
Here. He said at one point in time, you got to take a chance on you. But see, let me help you understand something, in case you ain't thought about that. When you take a chance on you, I want you to remember something, that all of us were created in God's image. So when you take a chance on you, you're taking a chance on God.
Subscribe to the channel.